The Battle of Gettysburg was fought during the first 3 days of July 1863. During the night of 4th July, Lee began to retreat southward while storm clouds deluged the country with rain. When Lee reached the Potomac with his defeated army, he found a swollen, impassable river in front of him, and a victorious Union army behind him. Lee was trapped. He couldn't escape. Lincoln saw that. Here was a golden opportunity, heaven-sent opportunity, the opportunity to capture Lee's army and end the war immediately. So with a surge of high hope, Lincoln ordered Meade not to call a council of war, but to attack Lee immediately. Lincoln telegraphed his orders and then sent a special messenger to Meade demanding immediate action. And what did General Meade do? He did the very opposite of what was told. He called a council of war in direct violation of Lincoln's order. He hesitated, he procrastinated, he telegraphed all manner of excuses. He refused point blank to attack Lee. Finally, the waters receded and Lee escaped over the Potomac with his forces. Lincoln was furious. What does this mean? Lincoln cried to his son Robert. Great God, what does this mean? We had them within our grasp, and only to stretch for their hands they were ours. Yet nothing that I could say or do could make the army move. Under the circumstances, almost any general could have defeated Lee. If I had gone up there, I would have whipped him myself. In bitter disappointment, Lincoln sat down and wrote Meade this letter. And remember, at this period of his life, Lincoln was extremely conservative, restrained in his phraseology. So this letter coming from Lincoln in 1863 was a tantamount to severest rebuke. My dear General, I do not believe you appreciate the magnitude of the misfortune involved in Lee's escape. He was within our easy grasp, and to have closed upon him would, in connection with our late successes, have ended the war. And the war will be prolonged indefinitely. If you could not safely attack Lee last Monday, how can you possibly do south of the river when you take with you a very few, no more than 2/3 of the force you then had in hand? It would be unreasonable to expect, and I do not expect that you can now effect much. Your golden opportunity is gone, and I am distressed immeasurably because of it. What do you suppose Meade did when he read the letter? Meade never saw the letter. Lincoln never mailed it. It was found among his papers after his death. My guess, and this is only a guess, that after writing the letter, Lincoln looked out of the window and said to himself, "Just a minute. Maybe I ought not to be so hasty. It is easy for me to sit here in quiet of the White House and order me to attack. But if I had been up at the Gettysburg, if I had seen as much blood as Meade had seen during the last week, and if my ears had been pierced with screams and shrieks of wounded and dying, maybe I wouldn't be so anxious to attack either. If I had Meade's timid temperament, perhaps I would have just done what he had done. Anyhow, it is water under the bridge now. If I send this letter, it will relieve my feelings, but it will make Meade try to justify himself. It will make him condemn me. It will arouse hard feelings, impair all his further usefulness as a commander, and perhaps force him to resign from the army." So, as I have already said, Lincoln put the letter aside, for he had learned by bitter experience that sharp criticisms and rebukes almost invariably end in futility.